to set the night on fire.
Hello, my name's Kieran Norris. I'm from Meta. I'm wishing my talk was much more highbrow. I want to talk to you about a DJ called Giles Peterson, and yes, I am a little bit cold, but this T-shirt is a prop. So Giles Peterson is a Anglo-French DJ. He's been described as the John Peel of jazz. I think we can learn a lot from him, but first you need to learn who is John Peel. So John Peel was another British DJ. He met a lot of interesting people. He was there when Lee Harvey Oswald was arrested and then shot by Jack Ruby. He performed on stage with Rod Stewart on Top of the Pops, a British TV show. But he stayed true to his roots, and he used to play just before Giles Peterson on Radio 1, and he told Giles, play more jazz, be true to yourself. So if that's what he learned from John Peel, what can we learn from Giles Peterson? A number of things. Firstly, embrace technology. When Giles Peterson was 13 years old, he convinced his dad to put a radio aerial on his car, drive to the top of the hills in Surrey, and broadcast a pirate radio station he had recorded on a tape in his bedroom. The phone number they gave was for a telephone box at the bottom of the hill. More recently, though, he's created a worldwide global radio station powered entirely by the internet, with DJs from all around the world, playing music from all around the world to people all around the world. Never stop grasping what is in front of you today. It might be now, apparently. So also continue to play it forward. When he was that 13-year-old, he invited all his heroes to do an interview with him. One of them was a guy called Bluey from a band called Incognito. He answered that call. 10 years later, Giles signed him to his record label. But he then played that forward a bit further. 20 years later, Bluey and Giles have released a record as a band called Strata. It's an amazing piece of modern Brit funk. If you want to listen to something this year, this is one of the things you should check out. What else has he taught us? He's taught us to plan for 15 seconds. He's taught us to cross-fertilize. He ran a club in London in the late 80s called Dingwalls, and he cross-fertilized. He was playing jazz. He was playing hip-hop. He was playing house. All of these guys dancing to different kinds of music together, creating an entirely new community and shaping the music industry in the UK. He also continued to look beyond his front yard. So in the early to mid-90s, he brought a band called The Roots, who are now quite famous, over to the UK, recorded their first 12-inch, and started them touring around Europe, where they really developed their skills as a live band, put to great success in later years. He's always stayed curious. He was the first person who played Mike Skinner, The Streets. He was the first person who played Dizzy Rascal. He was the first person who played Amy Whitehouse. He's never stopped looking for the newest things, the new things that keep him interested and keep his listeners interested. Like all of us, he should be thinking about building partnerships. He had a record label called Talking Loud. He had a band on it called New Eureka Soul. They released a song called Black Gold of the Sun. He got his other band called For Hero to remix it, and it was named by The Guardian as one of the best 50 records in the history of dance music. And he acts as a curator. He created something called the Worldwide Test Press label. Best records he's heard on other people's labels. He creates them on limited presses, sends them out on a subscription basis. It's the best music I've heard this year. He continues to nurture talent, as we need to as an industry. This is a lady called Yasmin Lacey. He put her on a program called Future Bubblers, which is like a mentor program for new musicians. She's now on Blue Note, one of the best record labels in jazz, has been for about 75 years. And importantly, for something like Stream, he keeps it in real life. So this is the Worldwide Music Festival that he holds in Sète, a town on the Mediterranean coast in France, every year. Dancing on the beach during the day, concerts in an amphitheatre every night. Ella, are we doing Stream in Sète next year? I think we should. Talking about music is like, I don't know, thinking about food. Listening is believing. Here's 2 radio shows I've recorded in homage to Giles Peterson. Check them out. I hope you like them. Keep it real. Thank you.